So, what exactly does it take to close land deals every single month? And this is something that I see people struggling with constantly. I feel like people get these surges of cash and then the next month they don't close deals. And I hear of this a lot. And especially with people that we take strategy calls with at LandVerse. I mean, we don't accept everyone, but the people that we do accept into LandVerse, what happens is they say, yeah, I made like 40K in January, and then it's just been nothing but dry surges ever since January. And like, to me, that's insane. And so in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to actually put systems in place that allow you to get deals every single month. And really the biggest thing that you have to understand in order to get deals every month, it's going to take time. That's the first thing. And I think people get comfortable when they get like a big month or a surge of cash and they're like, okay, cool. Like, let me kind of chill out, or let me okay, let me wait a little bit. Like, let me not go harder on my marketing. But like, when you get money into your business, that's the time to like double and triple down on your marketing and assess your KPIs and figure out what worked, and then figure out what didn't work, and then take out what didn't work and double down what worked. And so what that means is, if you sent out, if deals came back from a certain text template, like a certain text opener, well, then you need to send that text out 50,000 more times to get another deal. If a deal came from a certain kind of mailer and the way you wrote it, well, then send more of that exact same mailer. These are things that you have to be able to track. Okay, also, what kind of seller did I buy from? And are there any other sellers just like this person in my CRM, so that way I can go and look and figure out how to hammer them even more with email, with text messages, with calls, with voicemails. You need to be as aggressive as possible if you want to be getting deals every single month. And this is what it takes. You can't have this like passive attitude, passive mindset of like, oh, well, I'm just kind of going to let it come. Like, no, when you first start doing this, you got to be so aggressive. Like, you're ridiculously aggressive every day in, day out. And so that's the biggest thing, because you need leads. And so you need to never, ever turn off your marketing machine. That's the first thing. The other thing too is like, never stop talking to people. You need to be having conversations every day. The metric for a land business that's closing deals every single month is at least 150 conversations a month. If you're having at least 150 conversations, just talking to people every single month, you're going to be getting deals under contract, deals listed, deals sold. That's all that takes. So if you want to consistently do deals every month, you need that. The other thing too is making sure that you are working with brokers and realtors that are local experts, boots on the ground, Johnny on the spot, Sally on the spot, are really going to make sure that your property sells as fast as possible and are not trying to get your listing for like vanity or just to hold the listing for a certain amount of time. Like, you need a broker that's really going to take care of you, that's really going to say, all right, cool, well, this is the property. I know you want to sell it fast, so I'm going to price it to sell fast. No BS, no nonsense about it. What you shouldn't do if you want to be doing deals every month, especially when you start your business, is funding your own deals. And I see people fund their own deals and they only have like 50 grand. And I'm like, why did you do that? Why are you funding your deals if you don't have to? And I think when people start out, they're like, oh, well, I want 90% of the deal. I want 100% of the profit of the deal. It's not about that. It's about leverage and you being able to continue to scale. Is why you being able, if you spend 50 grand on one deal and then now you're waiting on that 50 grand, like you need that 50 grand to survive and live. Why are you spending that money on a deal? Go get a deal funder. Go use other people's money. That's how the world was built. The world was built on debt. So you mean to tell me that you can't build a small couple $1 million a year land flipping business on debt, on someone else's money? You absolutely can. So go do it. Make sure to just take care of your deal funders. Make sure you never lose a deal funder's money, and make sure to carve out favorable terms for yourself. But like, get deal funders, especially if you're only at a point where you only have a, mid 5 figures, high 5 figures in cash. Get deal funders. That will honestly, that slows people's growth by like them thinking that they should just do it all themselves and fund everything and fund all the earnest money. Like, why are you doing that? All your money should be going into marketing, your marketing machine. Don't ever turn it off, and figure out how to make it better literally every month. So every month you go into your KPIs. If your conversations were lower than the month before, you need to make sure that you're doing things to improve the conversation rate. Okay, well, why? Ask yourself why. And this is why you need to get yourself around people that are consistently doing deals, because when you're doing this and you're around operators that have been operating for years, like myself, then what happens is, like, I can tell my clients, like, okay, you're not getting the conversations that you need to be getting because of this exact reason. Because in your mailer you said this, or on your website, like, change this on your website and you'll start having more conversations with people. Because I can look at someone's branding and see, like, oh yeah, they still think you're a scam. The sellers that are interested in selling to you still think you're a scam, which is why they're not calling you, because your branding sucks. So I can tell that, and we can change that. So do yourself a favor and get around communities, get in places, get the consultation that it's going to take for you to take your business from, are you a scam, to, hey, I'm ready to sell to you right now. And that's how you start to get to do deals every single month. Because if you knew how to do it, you'd be doing it. The only reason why you're not doing deals every month is because you don't know how. And so, consistent marketing. Never ever turn off your marketing machine. Never. Make sure you're having as many conversations as possible, at least 150. Do not fund your own deals. Get deal funding. And get around operators who are consistently doing deals. I'll see you on the next video.